Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Hiroshi. මම share කරා document එක පේනව නේද?
Sir. Yes.
Document.
නෑ සර් ඩොකියුමන්ට් එක ෂෙයා වෙලා නැහැ සර් තාම ස්ක්‍රීන් එක. හරි සර් දැන් හරි. now okay.
හරි නේද? ඔයාගේ
ඩොකියුමන්ට් එක
ඔව්
ඕපන් කරන්න සර්. මේ සර්ගේ ඩෙස්ක්ටොප් එක view
presentation එකක්
වෙනවා.
තියෙනවනේ.
ඔව්. හරි. දැන්
ඔයාගේ මේ
okay.
mic එකේ පොඩ්ඩක් මේ clear නෑ වගේ.
සිග්නල් ප්‍රශ්නයක් ඇති සර් මම චුට්ටක්
right
එළියේ
right
ඉන්න
right.
එක.
තාම participants
දැන් හරි
තාම
සර්.
නැහැ තාම පොඩි වෙලාවක් තියෙනවා.
ඔව්.
ඔව්
රෙකෝඩින් එකත් ඔන් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. හරි නේද සර්?
හරි හරි.
හරි.
Okay.
So excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah, I have question with regarding the procurement.
Okay.
Uh, let's say the procurement document will be open the particular day.
Okay.
Uh, do the procurement committee and the technical evaluation committee evaluations, but do they have the exact time period to complete the procurement?
Yeah, exact time period in the sense at the very beginning, at the first meeting, the entity should submit the PTS, that is called procurement time schedule, right? Procurement time schedule spelled out all the targets, time targets from bid notice to contract award, right? So once it is approved, it is the responsibility of the procurement entity or PMD now in the new arrangements to make sure that all the things are happening as per the PTS. But practically, sometimes they have to change. Again, then PTS can be revised. But it is generally a procedure, but not a hard and fast rule, right? they have to follow PTS. But if they can't adhere to PTS due to various reasons, it is okay. If there's a big delay, then in our guidelines, new guidelines, 2025 guideline says the PMD should report those to the performance reporting to the NPC for NPC to take action. So accreditations and there is things are there. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. How many members have logged in? Not yet. Can you see? Only 6 members yet. So how about the practical case I gave you? I gave a couple of case studies. I think we did what do you call this shopping goods with a practical thing, and NCB goods also with a practical exercise, purchasing of equipment. This is ICB goods. I gave a practical exercise. I think some people have requested case studies and all, but the thing is the time is very limited, right? Normally the bid document or procurement document module is a bigger one, normally 50-60 hours, but due to time constraints we cannot do much case studies, but we try level best to do some case studies. But I request you participants to use the guide, the document we discussed, and in your practical case studies in your office, and try to adapt that. Try to use the document, right? It is not that difficult if you really follow this lecture series. Anybody can comment on that? Few people are there still, but anyway, we can discuss till the other people come. What is your view? Ravi Priya, are you there?
So I just joined, sir.
You just joined, no? So still few people are there. Did you try this practical case?
I am, sir.
You tried, huh? Very good. We'll try to discuss.
So further adding the previous pointed out matter,
Okay.
we have called that the bids for the purchasing some item,
Okay.
but only 2 bidders they have quoted, but one bidder has been rejected because of the lack of documents.
Right.
Only one substantially bidder, but
Okay.
we have gone through new guideline. Only
Okay.
3 the reason what we can recall the tenders, but the technical evaluation committee recommended DBC to purchase the item from substantially responsive bidder.
Yeah.
But the DPC sense they have actually lack of knowledge in procurement.
Okay.
They are actually consider about the non-responsive price and substantially responsive bidder price. But they have right to recall the tender?
Yeah. They have the right. I mean, in the sense, they don't have the right, but they can recommend to the authority. Okay, based on TEC recommendations, or sometimes procurement committee doesn't agree with the TEC. There are some arrangements we have proposed in the guideline. In such a situation, what they have to do is joint committee meeting. Joint committee meeting means procurement committee and TEC sit together and discuss their agreement and disagreement and try to come to a compromising, right? If they can agree, PC finally they can come to a conclusion and the recommendation. Still they can't. If they have completely a different view, they can recommend to the authority because they have no authority to approve or disapprove. Authority to, because of this reason, we recommend to recall the bids. Then the authority will decide, right?
Then authority says as per the new guideline, we can recall the tender if it is go beyond the estimate cost.
No, that is one reason only, no. That is one reason. Yeah.
Yeah. The other two reasons are out of the recalling purpose.
Yes.
But in the sense of the bidder's point of view, bidder can the bidder protest against the decision?
No. Bidder can protest under appeal process. But whether that appeal is accepted or rejected is again based on the appeal decision. Right? Bidder can protest all the time. Bidder has the authority, the right to give his grievances to the committee, appeal committee, because my bid is the lowest or whatever. By giving the reasons, then no appeal committee will look at and see whether this the appeal has a merit or demerit. If there's a merit, they recommend to the authority, respective authority, to reverse the decision. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, I think there are 13 participants. Shall we start? Hello. Can we start now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll start. We stop at this point. The case study I gave, we can discuss the case study after finishing our conditions of contract and other slides regarding the Incoterms. Those who have done, we can discuss. Otherwise, try our level best to complete. Otherwise, time is not sufficient if you have not done. Okay. As you have already familiar, in this ICB also we have general condition and special conditions. Our role is to fill up the special conditions. If you have given a case study, you must know how to fill up the special conditions considering the standard document general conditions, right? We'll look at the document. Is this document? Right. This document 2004, yes. Okay, so these are the general conditions. These are standard format. If you look at NCB also you see, but some difference information. Even works document also you have standard documents, general condition or condition of contract. So just look at this definition is okay. Contract document, okay. Fraud and corruption, normal thing. Interpretation, language, those are the normal thing. Joint venture, we have given some information. Eligibility, I think basically for World Bank and donor thing. Various notices, governing law, settlement of disputes. I mean, settlement of dispute, for example, for ICB contract, I mean, local arbitration act, rules of arbitration apply the international arbitration rules like UNCITRAL, United Nations International Trade and UNCITRAL, International United Nations, what do you call this? International trade, what do you, trade agreement, yeah, trade agreement, right? So inspection, sorry, yeah, inspection. There are various arrangements have proposed in the general condition. You must write proper provision in the special. Now, see our new guidelines. If we have gone through, now we have set up a new committee called the acceptance committee. Have you seen that the new guideline acceptance committee? Yes. Anybody has seen the new guideline and new arrangement regarding the acceptance of goods?
We have gone through, but that points highlighted is missing.
What is missing?
No. We have missed to go through the point that you highlighted.
Okay.
We have gone through some pointed with regarding our procurements.
Oh, yes. What is missing?
That highlighted point we have missed to read out.
Okay, we'll see. Say this definition is no more new to you. I mean, just a general thing. Contract document subject to order of precedence set forth in the contract agreement. All document form in the contract. That is also, you know, all the document, contract agreement, price schedules, form of bid, all are considered in the this thing, right? So as I said earlier, where you have the bold, you must go to special condition here. Purchaser means, then you should have fill up the purchaser's name here under for 1.1J, right? If you look at the special condition, you have to fill up the name of the purchaser, right? Official name. Again, here, O, the project site, where applicable means the place name in the, yeah, I mean, in Sri Lanka, you must mention your office address or project. Not always the project, maybe ministry or a department or a project, because these are World Bank one, they always use project. Contract document, nothing to worry. Wherever you have highlighted bold one, you must be careful and go to here. This not highlighted one, but intercoms. Incoterm, sorry. Unless inconsistent with any provision of the contract, the meaning of any trade terms and the right and obligation of parties thereunder shall be prescribed by Incoterms. So that's what we are going to learn after this one, because international trade, I mean, ICB goods, that is international trade, you'll have to use appropriate Incoterms. So those Incoterms starting from X work and end with DDP, delivered, DBT paid. We'll discuss later on. So
Excuse me.
yes,
Now we are changing the, let's say, the ADB and World Bank develop the standard bidding documents.
okay,
As per our requirements, we
okay,
will have to change the documents.
yes,
Once we change the documents and circulate, now we are procuring to purchase good from the ICB method. The
yes,
document will be circulate all over the world. But
okay.
if there is any intellectual property rights will raise against us if we are intimating the document that they have published.
Normally, because they don't go for intellectual property rights, because they freely document is freely available, and local people to customize that document, right? I don't come across any problem, because so far we have been using that. They also, World Bank office also know, because the government of Sri Lanka doesn't have a ICB goods local document, but they have ICB goods GOSL funding procurement. So they know, they have never taken any action against Sri Lanka about the property rights. But theoretically, you are correct. Theoretically, we must get the approval from the World Bank. I didn't check that. We can ask from World Bank officials, and I will come back to you later on whether there is any procedure for them to give the approval for local people to use their document, customized document. But so far, according to my understanding, we also using this World Bank document customized to our situation. They have, we didn't have any problem, right? Anybody know about this situation? Any participants have used the World Bank document for their local funding and got any problem or got any approval from the World Bank, at least from local office, Sri Lankan office? Anybody?
They're working to work on that. I mean, there is no such restriction to my mind, because I've seen those have been used by our country and the other countries around.
Yes, yes, that is my understanding. Where are you working? Where do you work? I didn't get a reply. Anyway, so that is my understanding. There is no problem. But anyway, I'll check up and come back to you later on. So it has a connection with special condition. The use shall be governed by the rules prescribed the current edition of Incoterms. There are different editions, 2010, I don't know, later on editions may be there, but you can check. Special conditions of contract and published by the International Chamber of Commerce in Paris, France, right? So you can fill up this section using the relevant Incoterms. Agreement, nothing to worry. you have to worry here language. So you have to specify in your document what language you can use. Though World Bank has accepted 3 foreign languages in addition to local language, English, Spanish, and French. But in Sri Lanka, we use only English, right? In the appropriate section 5.1, if you look at, you say language is English. The contract as well as all corresponding and document relating to the contract exchanged by the supplier and the purchaser shall be written in the language specified in the special condition of contract. So we must have definitely fill in English. If you get other foreign languages, like international other languages are there, Spanish or French, we'll have to reject that bit. I think we did a case study in our bid evaluation session. So French technical portion is in French. I said it's a major deviation. We nobody can take the responsibility if there is any discrepancy in the translation. Therefore, we'll have to reject point blankly. So that's how we must fill up the special condition. Then now go to notice 8.1. Any notice given by one party to the other pursuant to the contract shall be in writing to the address specified in the official address is given. So, I mean, practical example is this. If you can fill up the special condition and bid data sheet, that's it. And you can prepare notice, and all other things are technical things. Specifications, BOQs, those are expertise job. But you as procurement students or master student, you should know how to fill up the bid data sheet and special condition, sometimes the bid notice also. Don't worry about the technical part, because we can't do technical part without the technical knowledge, right? So this one, notices shall be in writing. The address is given here. All notices should be given to this address. Governing law. The contract shall be governed by and interpreted in accordance with the laws of the purchase country, unless otherwise specified in the special condition of contract. So therefore, in the general condition, say laws of the land, right? Otherwise, we have to mention anything in the, if it is different from laws of the land, should be filled up in the special condition. When you go to special condition, you can note 9.1 also, if there is any difference other than this provision. Settlement of dispute, definitely yes. Specified in the special condition of contract, we'll see what we can fill up. Say, if after 20...
Excuse me.
Yes.
If we are putting governing law as it
Yes.
is to the documents,
Yes.
if there may arbitration clause,
No.
cannot be.
No, that is different. Settle, that is coming under dispute section number 10. Governing law is other than the dispute, all the laws of the land. All the laws mean nobody knows, right? How many laws? Constitution is there, number 1. Our the supreme law, and various laws, labor laws, minimum wage law, and environmental laws, various laws there. We are not going to specify anything. We say the governing law is laws of the land. That's all. That means contractor should know what are the laws pertaining to the construction industry, if it is a construction, right? Understand that?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we are not specifying any laws. But as you said, the dispute is a separate thing, because that is the law provisions are applicable when there is a dispute. After 28 days, the parties have failed to resolve their dispute. So first thing is they can, amicably try to negotiate. the purchaser and the supplier shall make every effort to resolve amicably by direct informal negotiation and disagreement or dispute arising between them under or in connection with the contract. So that is the best way. It is given in all documents, even in NCB, amicable settlement. If it is failed, that means after 28 days, the parties have failed to resolve their dispute. That means one party has noticed to other party, we have a dispute. So within 28 days, they can settle amicably. Otherwise, then come to the arbitration clause. Have failed to resolve their dispute or difference by such mutual consultation, then either party, either purchaser or supplier, both purchaser or supplier, can't read. Huh? It's clear. Purchaser or supplier where is that? May give notice to the other party of its intention to commence arbitration. So they will give a letter to the other party based on the correct notice we have mentioned earlier, right? Notice should be given in writing to the correct address. As hereinafter provided as the matter in dispute, and no arbitration in respect of this matter may be commenced unless such notice is given, right? Notice should be given either party. Any dispute or difference in respect of which a notice of intention to commence arbitration has been given in accordance with the clause shall be finally settled by arbitration. So arbitration is a law. We know there's an arbitration law in Sri Lanka also. We mentioned if we use local law, otherwise the dispute sometimes the international provision, I mean arbitration, international ancestral provision will apply in some cases, right? Otherwise, laws is applicable Sri Lankan arbitration law. Arbitration may be commenced prior to or after delivery of goods, both before or after. Under the contract, arbitration proceedings shall be conducted in accordance with the rules of procedure specified in a special condition of contract. So there is the ruling given by the Attorney General of Sri Lanka. You can have arbitration, the rules of arbitration, ancestral also, but the place of arbitration shall be Sri Lanka, right? That is a ruling given by the Attorney General. But sometimes by giving special attention to international requirements, so place of arbitration sometimes given to Singapore or Paris or London sometimes, right? So there are cases, but generally that should be in Sri Lanka. Here, delivery and documents. That is also relevant to SSC, SEC. Subject to clause 33.1, delivery of goods and completion of related service shall be in accordance with the delivery and completion schedule. I think earlier also we have gone through various schedules. Delivery schedule is one of the schedules attached to the document. The purchaser will fill up something and the bidder also, supplier also will fill something regarding the delivery. Shall be in accordance with the delivery completion schedule. Then the schedule requirement, the detail of shipping and other documents. Details of shipping and other document to be furnished by the supplier are specified in special condition. That is very important. International trade, you should specify what are the documents you should need from the supplier to release the goods from the customs, right? Normally, invoice and various shipping documents are there. Another one, contract price. Price charged by the supplier for goods supplied and the related service performed under the contract shall not vary. As we have learned, these are fixed. There is no price variation applicable to goods procurement. With the exception of any price adjustment authorized by, if there is a thing, it should be in the special conditions, especially for some procurement, fuel or whatever, there may be some price formula, right? In such a situation, we should give the information in the special condition of contract. Otherwise, price is fixed. The contract price, including advance payment, if applicable, shall be paid as specified in special condition. So that is also a relevant portion. International trade, local trade also, we can pay an advance. Mobilization advance, normally 20%, and sometimes we can pay 30% also. But upon submission of a LC, letter of credit in favor of the purchaser's name, if the international supplier will get the letter of credit in favor of the Sri Lankan purchaser's name, we can pay advance 30%, that our guideline. All information should be given in the special condition of contract. There's another one here, again payment. In the event that purchaser fails to pay, so purchaser fails to pay supply any payment by its due date or within the period set forth in special condition, general condition we have said, once the bill is submitted within 28 days or 56 days, purchase should pay. The purchaser shall pay to supply interest. In other case, if we fail to make the payment within that specified date, 28 days, normally 4 weeks or 8 weeks, we have to pay interest. Interest rate is basically LIBOR plus London Interbank Operating Rate plus 1 or 2%. That is our normal practice, right? For the delay. Even though we don't pay for local contractors, our NCB also that clause is available, but international trade we will have to pay, because international suppliers won't tolerate any delays of payment. Definitely we have to pay. The problem is, that is the problem, I must tell you, if you use World Bank or ADB funding for import goods, they don't provide any provision for delay payment, interest payment. That is a problem. You cannot use World Bank funding for delay payments. So in such a situation, the government funding should use for interest payment. Under taxes and duties, definitely the manufacturer outside the purchase country, the supplier shall entirely responsible to all taxes, stamp duties, everything. For goods manufactured within the purchaser's country, so we have given 3 different annexes: goods already imported, goods manufactured within the country, and another situation is we import and provide. The goods manufactured outside the purchaser's country, the supplier shall entirely responsible, right? For goods manufactured within the purchase country, the supplier shall be entirely responsible for all taxes, duties, license fees, etc., etc. If any tax exemptions, deductions, allowance, or privileges may be available to the supplier in supplier's country, the purchaser shall use its best effort to enable the supplier to benefit from any such tax savings to the maximum allowable extent. Reduction allowance may be available to the supplier in the purchaser's country, right? So we should provide, the purchaser should get the best effort in enable the supplier to get the tax benefits. Performance security is a very common thing. It's also in the special condition. if required as specified in the special contract, the supplier shall within 28 days of the notification of contract award, right? Contract award notification, performance security should be given. International, it is 28 days. Locally, we have 14 days. NCB. As specified in the SCC, what I'm reading is there, bold SCC is there. As specified in the special condition of contract, the performance security, if required, shall be denominated in currencies of the contract or in freely convertible currency. So we say in Sri Lankan rupees, or we can say in foreign currencies also, and shall be in one of the formal stipulated purchaser in the, we'll see in a case how we can specify. Normally the not less than 5% of the contract sum shall be discharged. Security shall be discharged by the purchaser and returned to the supplier not later than 28 days, allowing the date of completion of supplier's performance. So we have given a date of completion. So within 28 days, we'll have to release the performance security if they perform, right? So all the other problems will be covered from warranties. Yeah, including supplier's performance obligation under the contract, including any warranties obligation, unless specified otherwise in the special condition of contract. Normally, we'll have to release the performance security when the goods are delivered.
Sir,
Copyright,
yeah, with regarding the 28 days, if we are going to release the performance security,
right,
sometime delay may happen because of the bank to bank, the procedures. Although it is delayed bank to bank procedure, we shall liable for the by a supplier.
No. Because performance security bidder has given and deposited in our account. In our account. So, right, like bid security. Bid security is given, and if any problem, we will encash. Performance security is also same. The local bank or international bank, they have given a performance security. So we keep as a custody. So once the contract is over or completion is done, we will send a letter to the respective bank, actually with the bidder to release this fund to the supplier. So that is the date we written is considered as the date. If it is within 28 days, that is okay. There is, if bank delays, we are not responsible, right?
Right. Normally now we are getting the performance guarantee through the bank as a advisory guarantee. Though if we are instructing the bank to cancel it, is the bank to bank procedure, it will not be happen with during this period.
What? Say it again.
That
So,
if we ask bank to cancel the performance security because of the order is complete successfully, the bank is waiting till the corresponding bank responds to cancel it is.
Yeah, that is up to them. No, once we issue our letter, that is the date we consider.
Right.
Okay. So bank to bank delay is not up to our control. No. So once we issue the letter to release the performance security, is the date considered as the effective date. If it is within 28 days, is fine, right?
That's right.
Right. Normal other things, don't worry. Only the special condition you have to write. Those are you can just read out. That is okay for your understanding. But yeah, again, packaging and documents under 23.2, the packaging, marking and documentation within the outside the packages shall be comply strictly with such special requirement as shall be expressly provided for the contract, including additional requirement if any specified in SCC and any other. So you should know what special marks to be given to the packages. So sometimes if it is a what do you call it, fragile things and various type of thing, the supplier should mark according to our requirement given in the special conditions. Normally it is the case. Unless other insurance, unless otherwise specified in a special condition of contract, the goods supplied under the contract shall be fully insured in a freely convertible currency from the eligible country against the loss or damage incidental to manufacture or the acquisition, transportation, shortage, and storage and delivery. All the things, the value is more than the contract value. It is 110% of the contract value, right? It is the normal. If you look at the special condition, you can see normally international rate, the goods should be insured. The risk is going to the insurance company. Transportation, unless otherwise specified in the, there is another thing. So say international trade, we say CIF, cost, insurance, and freight. That means if you procure things from an international country, then supplier will take an insurance policy for the goods in the ship, right? Then if anything happens to the goods, the supplier is not responsible. The purchaser can claim from the insurance company. That's why he has taken an insurance policy. Transportation, unless otherwise specified in the special condition of contract, responsible for arranging transportation of the goods shall be in accordance with the specified Incoterms. So we'll discuss what are the different Incoterms. Sometimes the supplier will not give the transportation. For example, free on board, FOB. FOB, that means to the other port, say Japan port. Bidder will, supplier will deliver the goods to the port only. The shipping arrangement should be done by the purchaser. Anyway, that is dependent on the Incoterms. If we have charter flights, earlier in Sri Lanka, we used to import goods based on FOB because we had charter flights, charter ships, right? So that depending on the conditions we have put in the special condition 16.26.1. Supplier shall at its own expense and at no cost to the purchaser carry out all such test and inspection of the goods and related service as specified in the right. That is a very important thing. Suppliers should provide the inspection certificates, test reports, all the goods they provide international using international trade. So our acceptance committee can accept that certificate as correct because those are issued by internationally recognized accredited agencies, right? Again, the inspection and test may be conducted. Yes.
If we included supply, fixing, and commissioning the like that, what happened to insurance?
Yeah, supplier installation and commissioning. That means supplier supply the goods with the inspection report. That's fine, but they have to come and commission, right?
Yeah,
Operate.
then insurance given by the purchaser or supplier?
Always the supplier.
Okay.
Supplier give the insurance up to the commissioning there, right?
Okay.
If something happened, the insurance claim can be taken because it's covered. but supplier is responsible to commissioning, right? The inspection and test may be conducted on the premises of the supplier or its subcontractor or at point of delivery or at the goods final destination. Depending
So
on the,
excuse me.
yes,
Yeah, the once we are giving the orders under the CIF method, the
okay,
supplier will be responsible to give the insurance for the goods.
yes,
But normally goods are coming under the containerized cargo.
okay,
But if the goods come to the Sri Lankan port, the
okay,
supplier will be responsible till the destination port. It is okay. But the
yeah,
thing is, now the most of this time, the containers are being damaged due to transit time period. But
okay,
supplier tell us the containers are the container damages are not they are beyond control, but they will not be they are responsible for that. Whom will be responsible for that? The insurance company
yeah,
or
insurance
supplier
company,
purchase.
insurance company,
Yeah. Although it is not a good,
yeah.
it is covers as.
Yeah, normally, if any damages you wish to, collect from the supplier, you must mention the goods as well as the containers or whatever, I don't know, but that should be up to the insurance company, because that's why the supplier take the insurance, right, to free from his responsibility. So we can claim from insurance.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. The supplier shall its own expense and no cost to the, okay, that is inspection. The inspection and test may be conducted on the premises of the supplier from that day or subcontractor, if supplier subcontractor, or at the point of delivery, maybe in Sri Lanka. For example, fuel. So fuel testing is done when the fuel come to our port. So that is done at the expense of the fuel suppliers' responsibility and the expense. Place in the purchase country as specified in the, otherwise, if the test fail, we reject that. We have the right to reject the consignment. Subject to general condition of contract subclause 26.3, if conducted on the premises of the supplier, that means that in, or its subcontractor, all reasonable facilities and assistance, including access to drawings and production data, shall be furnished to the inspectors at no charges to the purchaser, right? So that is supplier's responsibility. Here again, liquidated damage. I think you are familiar with that. So, except as provided under clause 32, if supplier fails to deliver any or all of the goods by the date delivery or perform the related services, that means commissioning or something, within the period specified in the contract, the purchaser may, without prejudice to all its other remedies under the contract, deduct from the contract price as liquidated damage a sum equivalent to the percentage specified in the special condition of contract. I said that may be a percentage or a lump sum. But anyway, that amount should not exceed 10% of the contract value. I think I mentioned in NCB goods also, purchaser can deduct, but not more than 10%. I think you know what will happen after that. We can terminate the contract, no? A sum equivalent to the purchase percentage paid in a special condition of contract of the delivered price of the delayed goods or unperformed services for each week or part thereof, or delay until actually deliver or performance up to the maximum deduction. That is the maximum deduction specified in the special condition. It is a common principle. not more than 10%. Once the maximum is reached, the purchaser may terminate here. It has given very clearly, purchaser will terminate the contract if purchaser delay the performance or delay the delivery. Warranty. Here, warranty clause 28.3. Unless otherwise specified in the special condition of contract, the warranty shall remain valid. Remain valid 20 months after goods or any portion of thereof case may be have been delivered. It may be more than 12 months, sometimes 24 months, right? But if you need more and more warranty, the price will go up, right? Delivered to any accepted or at final destination indicated in a special condition of contract, or for 18 months after the date of shipment from the port or place of loading in the country of origin, whichever concludes earlier. So 12 to 18 months given in this one, but we can change it. Right, that is again the warranty 28.5. Upon receipt of such notice, the supplier shall within the period specified in the special condition expeditiously repair or replace. Right? These are two terms we say warranty and guarantee. What is the difference between warranty and guarantee? Anybody can tell me? What
Under
is
the
more
guarantee,
stronger?
item
Huh?
will be repaired.
Sorry?
Under the guarantee clauses, item can be repaired.
Yes.
If we come to the warranty will be replaced if damage happened to the goods.
Exactly. That is the difference. So 28.6 says, if having been notified, the supplier fails to remedy the defect within the period specified in the, that is also given now, within how many days the supplier should remedy that. Special condition, the purchaser may proceed to take within reasonable period such remedial action as may be necessary at a supplier's risk and expense and without prejudice to any other rights which the purchaser may have against the supplier's contract. So the supplier failed to remedy the defect within the period. The purchaser may proceed to take within a reasonable period such remedial actions as maybe, that means the termination and all. This is also important. Change in laws. I mean, better to read because this is a very important point. Unless otherwise specified in the contract, if after date of 28 days prior to the date of bid submission, right? 28 days prior to the bid submission, right? Any laws, right? I think I have discussed that earlier. Any laws, regulation, ordinance, order of bylaw having force of law is enacted, promulgated, change, purchase country, where the site location shall be deemed to include any change interpretation. So this is important. I don't know, I can't highlight it. Right, I don't understand. What happened? Right? That means if the law is changed, purchaser is not responsible. Right? Right. I don't know what is. That's about my cursor. I would remove that one. Right. Right. That is the one. If the law is changed within 28 days prior, that is the responsibility of the purchaser, not the supplier is responsible. Make අයින් කරන්නේ කොහොමද? Anybody tell me? Okay. Why tab is there all the time?
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think left side or right side,
left side.
the option house.
Yeah. Which sign?
Can you see the next in blue color box?
Yeah, blue color one. Yeah,
This next is full.
this one.
No, sir. At the top of the
Yeah, top here. Here. Yeah, this is the one.
can you see the sign yourself, then request e-signature.
Sorry.
Up. Sign yourself, then request e-signature, then next and close. Click the close button, sir.
Close this one.
No, sir, no. Up. Top of the.
This one. This one.
No, sir. No. Yes. Now, sir, put the cursor in. Sign yourself. Then request e-signature.
Where is that? Yeah. Sign myself. Yes. Then what to do?
No. Next, close.
Make what?
Sir, request e-signature. Then there's a blue color box in next and close.
This one.
No, sir. Next. In your right side.
Right side. Yes. Next ticker.
Next. Then close, sir.
Right. Okay. Thank you. I am an old man. I don't know much about this. Right. Anyway, what I was telling is any change in the policy, custom policy or reg, what do you call this, custom duty changes 28 days prior. That is bidder is not responsible, right? Supplier is not responsible. Yeah. Okay, now we know that, right? So what is the next one? Warranty, right? We was telling patent indemnity. You see anything related to special condition? We'll see what is that patent indemnity, that is insurance. The supplier shall, subject to the purchaser's compliance with general condition, indemnify and hold harmless the purchaser and its employees and officers from any against any and all suits, actions or administrative proceedings, claims, demands, losses, damages, costs, and expenses of any nature, including attorney's fees and expenses, which the purchaser may suffer as a result of any infringement or alleged infringement of any patent utility model. Right, that means the supplier's patent insurance is also there and freeing from the purchaser, right? Limitation of liability. This one. Change in law, I think, we were reading here, change in law, right? Right. Force majeure, you all know what is force majeure, that is unforeseen situation, is a common thing. You see any highlighted one? Highlighted one, right? In nothing, right? That's all regarding the special conditions, sorry, general condition. Now we'll have to fill up the special condition of contract. The following special condition of contract shall supplement and or amend the general condition. This is common to national competitive bidding also, all the document, right? Whereas if there is a conflict, the provision herein shall prevail, as we said, even bid data sheet and special condition or particular condition or contract data shall prevail over the general conditions. The purchaser shall select, insert the appropriate wordings, right? Appropriate wordings using the samples below or other acceptable wordings and delete the text in italics. So you know that the purchaser name, purchaser is, you know that the project site, everything you know, the version, edition, Incoterms. So you must fill whatever the Incoterms. For example, CIF Colombo, right? We can say Incoterms 2010, right? Because there are different changes also in Incoterms. Therefore, you must mention the editions also. The language, everything I think you gone through earlier. Also, the governing law shall be the laws of the land. We say laws of Democratic Republic Sri Lanka. Because Sri Lanka. Rules proceed for arbitration proceeding pursuant to general condition. The bidding document should contain one clause to be retained in the event of a contract with a foreign supplier and one clause to be retained in the event of a contract with a supplier who is national of the purchaser's country. So that is even local people that Sri Lankan Arbitration Act is governing. International supplier, the international rules of arbitration, that is UNCITRAL or ICC, International Chamber of Commerce rules will apply, right? So you can read out, if the purchaser choose the UNCITRAL arbitration rules, the following sample clause should be inserted, right? General condition, any dispute controversy or claim arising out of or relating to this contract or breach, termination, or invalidity thereof shall be settled by the arbitration in accordance with ancestral arbitration rules as at present in force. So that we can select, or if the purchaser choose to rules ICC, International Chamber of Commerce, the following sample clause should be inserted. That is purchaser's right? All dispute arising in connection with the present contract shall be finally settled under the rules of coalition arbitration of the International Chamber of Commerce by one or more arbitrators appointed in accordance with said rules. If the purchaser choose the rules of arbitration instead, that is not relevant to Sri Lanka, Stockholm, or whatever. There are different things in the World Bank document. We can either 1 and 2 we can select. Details of shipment here, special condition. Detail of shipment, other document to be furnished, as we mentioned earlier, supplier they have to include, insert the required documents such as negotiable bill of lading, non-negotiable seaway bill or airway bill, whatever relevant one, railway consignment, but you have to select only one, not a road consignment in case of road transportation, insurance certificate is one, manufacturers, suppliers warranty certificate, inspection certificate issued by the nominated inspection agency, right? All are the document we must specify it correctly in this area. The above document shall be received by the purchaser before arrival of goods. I think in our earlier document also we saw that. And it's not received, the supplier will be responsible for any consequent expenses. That means if the delay, the demurrage should be a cost of the supplier, not the purchaser. If the documents are not received before arrival of goods. The prices charged for goods supplied and the related service performed shall or shall not be adjustable. Normally shall not. If prices are adjustable, the following method, in such a situation, we should give a formula. Sample provision. So this is in our guideline also we have given advance payment, how many percent, 10% price shall within 30 days, but that advance payment can be increased up to 30% according to our guideline, right? And on shipment 80% and on acceptance 10%, altogether 100%. So all things we can fill correctly. Payment of local currency portion shall be in LKR in Sri Lanka with 30 days of presentation of claims supported by certificate from purchasers declaring that the goods have been delivered, and within 30 days we have mentioned. Within the purchaser's country, that is, you have to select the appropriate one, right? This one, the payment delay, that is a liquidate damage, we must mention. The interest rate, here supplied shall be, what is the number? The payment delay period after which the purchaser shall pay interest to the supplier shall be, that is 28 days, so whatever the dates, right? Interest rate also to be given percentage. Performance security, you know that it is percentage of the contract value. If required, the performance security shall be in the form of bank guarantee. Okay, that is okay. Discharge of performance security, that is we discussed, I think after delivery within 28 days. No? The packing we discussed, the insurance coverage shall be specified in terms, right? All things you must fill by reading the relevant general condition. Responsibility for transportation of goods shall be as specified in the Incoterms. If not in accordance with Incoterms, right? Not according with the Incoterms, responsibility for the transportation shall be follows. Insert the supplier is required under the contract to transport the goods as specified place of final destination. So all the things you must fill according to your wish. If you want to, the supplier to transport to your destination, that is also different Incoterms. The inspection and test shall be, we have to specify procedures of inspection. The inspection and test shall be conducted at maybe supplier's site or at delivery or after delivery, whatever relevant. Liquid damage is another thing. Damage shall be percentage per week. Maximum amount, I said 10%. The period of validity of warranty shall be, I said 12 months or sometimes more than that. The period of repair or replacement shall be, so you can put additional dates. The period for repairs and or replacement shall be how many days you want, right? Say more than after warranty. So this is the price adjustment formula the World Bank has given, if applicable. Don't worry, because we are not normally using that. Right. That's all we can discuss about the special condition and general condition. This is the contract agreement, normal agreement, and security form, bank guarantee, advance payment. All formats are attached. Invitation for bid. I think we can little bit discuss about the invitation because we will have to prepare an invitation. So you see, insert the name of the country, government of Sri Lanka, whatever. Insert the name of the project or department of census or whatever department. If it is loan, you have to put this credit number, IFB title and IFB number. We know how to give the number. Earlier we discussed. The invitation for bids follow the general procurement notice. So that is general procurement notice means advanced procurement notice. We have instructed in our guideline also, it is always better to give an advanced procurement notice. That means suppliers will arrange their supply chain when we issue special procurement notice, specific procurement notice. General procurement notice and advanced procurement notice are same. That means generally we say we need 100 trucks. Those who are interested, please contact us. Right? We publish in our website or whatever the way, international websites. Then those who have vehicles and interested to supply to Sri Lankan government, they say, okay, we are interested. When you issue your SPN, specific notice, please inform us. So that is the responsibility of the procurement entity to inform them. Now you can purchase the bidding document and right then bidders or suppliers will bid accordingly. So that is very important even for other goods, right? Because if we request goods all of a sudden, the suppliers are not ready. Their production capacity is not there in some cases. Therefore, it is our responsibility to inform our requirement in advance to the suppliers. Normally, we say government agencies should prepare their master procurement plan, as you have learned, 3 years ahead. So 3 years requirement, for example, you take the passport case, very recent passport case. Now say they are out of passport and they have to purchase immediately and people are on the queue and there's a big issue, right? Then they have to go for a single supplier and sometimes the price is high, but all are up to the organization's problem. So if they know their procurement requirement, passport requirement for the annual requirement, why can't they publish the advertisement, advanced procurement notice or general procurement notice, and inform the suppliers the requirement, right? That is an important thing. Then immediately we can issue bidding document, and because the suppliers are ready to supply according to our requirement. The invitation would follow the general, okay? The insert the name of borrower, GUSL, Sri Lanka, has received, the Sri Lanka has received, then in case of World Bank, we have received a loan or credit or whatever, and those are World Bank thing, don't worry. Insert the name of implementing agency, that is your project name. Now invite seal bids for eligible and qualified bidders. So, okay, insert brief description of the goods. Okay, you can give a description. Note is here. Even number 4, the delivery, construction or period, whatever is given. So all general things you can understand and fill up. Qualification requirement include insert list of technical, financial and legal and other requirements that should be published in the advertisement. Otherwise, bidders waste their money and time, right? So you must tell their requirement, technical requirement, financial requirement, and various requirements. A margin of preference, if you give any domestic preference, that should be in the notice. Certain goods manufactured domestically shall or shall not. So according to the World Bank also, ADB also, they also have approved some domestic preference. I don't know now they have removed or not. If it is there, you have to put. Otherwise, if you use this local, you have to always use domestic preference. A complete set of bidding documents, right, in English language, may be purchased by interested bidders on the submission of a written application to the address you must give. All the things are okay. Bid must be delivered to address below. We must give the address, everything I said, street number, building number, room number, everything. Electronical bids in Sri Lanka are still not applicable unless the shopping not permitted. Late bids will be rejected. Bids will be opened in presence of the bidders, right? Whatever. All the things are there in order for you to prepare the notice. Now, before I stop for a break, what we do? Shall we discuss the Incoterm first and come back to the case study, or discuss the case study first and go back to Incoterms?
It is better to discuss Incoterm first and come to the case study.
Okay. Then we'll finish this slides and we try to fill up the, but you have to do, I think somebody has done, then we can discuss. Otherwise, we have no time to fill up. So then we can discuss the case study. Okay, we'll take a small break.
Sir, excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah, if we needed to pay for the goods maintenance, that means we are importing goods from the foreign country.
Okay.
It is required to pay the maintenance for the
Okay,
respective
maintenance.
goods.
In such a
Yeah.
situation, can you remember, after warranty period, you have to ask the bidder, say 3-year warranty maintenance period, what are the major spare parts and maintenance cost? You must get a separate pricing for maintenance, right? And you have to evaluate the maintenance cost plus the original cost together and decide the contract. So you have to sign a separate contract agreement for maintenance. At the beginning, you must get that. At the very beginning, you must get how many years you need the maintenance period. 3 years. That means after warranty period. Say 12, assume 12 months warranty. After 12 months, another 3-year maintenance period. Supplier should give the major spare parts cost and other maintenance cost he wished to charge from us. Then say original bid price is 100 million, maintenance cost is 15 million for 3 years. Then 100 plus 115 we evaluate. So another bidder say 90 million, maintenance cost maybe 30 million. So 90 plus 30, that is more than earlier one. Understand? That's how we must evaluate.
Yes, sir.
But we sign 2 contract, maintenance agreement separately, right? Agree?
Agree. Don't we insert into the bidding document?
Yeah, we must mention in the bidding document if you want a maintenance period.
Oh, right.
Definitely. Otherwise, how can bidder knows?
Mm.
We must say after the warranty, 3-year maintenance cost. It is there's a relevant special condition. I think we discussed. Okay, you will look at the document again. You will come to know there's a place where you can fill up the maintenance period and requirements. Right?
Right, right.
Okay. Okay, shall we start? Right. Now we discuss the special conditions and others are general format, right? So conditions we discuss all the things. Right. Now, so this is Incoterms 2000, right? 2010 is also there. There's not much difference. What is this? Special features under goods contract. Unless inconsistent with any provision of the contract, the meaning of any trade terms and rights and obligations. That is very important. Rights and obligations of parties thereunder shall be as prescribed by Incoterms. The term X work, X term, X work, CIF, CIP. This is X term. These are C means all C terms, DDP and all D terms, FOB and F terms. They have categorized into different based on the terms, right? When used shall be governed by the rules prescribed in the current edition of Incoterms published by the International Chamber of Commerce in Paris, France. Here, all E departures X work, name, place. X work means what? Generally, the supplier's factory price. X factory කියලත් මේකට කියනවා X factory. F main, FCA, FAS, FOB, free carrier, free alongside ship, free on board. C category, CFR, cost and freight only. This is very common, CIF, cost, insurance and freight. And other CPT, carriage paid. CIP, carriage and insurance paid. Sorry. D group, DAF, delivered at frontier. DES, delivered ex ship. DEQ, delivered ex quarry. DDU, delivered duty unpaid. This is the delivered duty paid. This is one extreme, X work. This is the other extreme. That means everything is done by the supplier, right? Seller. Here, he does not do anything. He will show his price at his factory or X work price. So the purchaser has to do everything. All other things are in between. I don't know, you can read this, see this. Critical points in international trade, right? On anything. Okay, we'll discuss X work. Now you look at here is the seller, exporter. We are the buyer, importer. We are here. This is our office, buyer's office. This is seller's place. So what he does? Seller's risk, seller's cost is, so he get only the export license. Seller get only the export license. From his factory to transport to the port or everything done by the buyer. See, buyer's risk and buyer's cost. From this point onward, all are borne by the buyer, risk and cost. So seller say my price is this, but he should get the export license. Means that seller delivers when he placed the goods at the disposal of buyer at the seller's premises or another name place. So normally seller's place or any other name place, but that is called X work. This price is very low. This price is very low. For example, if you want to buy a vehicle, even today, X work Japan price is very low in yens. But the problem is you'll have to pay all the transportation, insurance, and come to Sri Lankan custom and pay duties, everything. That may be 3 times, 4 times higher. And your risk also and your cost also. So that is one extreme end. So this here, the seller risk, expenses, everything is given. The what we have to do, seller give the goods here, all the things we bring to the terminal and to the exporters custom and unload to ships and right then come to Sri Lankan, for example, unload and pay custom terminal everything and this buyer's place. From here there all the cost is borne and risk is borne by the buyer. But I have given a narration also. The seller must deliver in his own premises the wrapped goods, except it is of use in the profession to provide them without backup, whatever thing. The buyer must, all the things, take delivery of the goods, conduct his own expenses and risk to all necessary transportation to bring the goods to their destinations, clearance to the export and to the import, transportation, handling, and etc. So all the things are buyer's risk. Other important point, document damage demanded to the seller, commercial invoice, seller will give the commercial invoice or equivalent compute data. That's all.
So,
Yes.
so this is as per Intercom's, so there won't be any changes even when it comes to our country. That will be the same. I mean, you have to find, you have to follow the same standard.
Yeah.
Well,
What you say? What you say? Say it again.
now what to explain is
Yes.
as per Intercom's, no, sir?
Yeah. One
So-
intercom, that is the extreme end. That means seller has very less thing to do.
Yes.
All
So,
the things shall be done the buyer.
buyer. So it will be the same when it comes to exporters to our country.
Yes.
Sir, now,
Yeah.
now you said the exporter or the
Yeah.
rather the seller
Okay.
will, of course, price it, and then that price will be taken into consideration until it comes to the buyer's warehouse here in whatever the country.
Okay.
So you may be knowing that as per the standard or international rules, that price should be international market price. But now you would have heard about the undervaluation. So
Oh, yeah.
so the seller is permitted to mention undervalue.
Not permitted. That is the international trade. I mean, if the correct price is say 100, say 10 million, seller say 7 million in the invoice, but using undial, then we have to send money 3 million to the supplier. Then he under invoice. But now our custom people also knows, then they decide the custom duty and everything based on vehicle specially undervalue. But goods, I don't know how to check that. Undervaluation is there, yes. Undervaluation is there.
When the authority concerned writes to the government or the ministry of that particular country, they give the correct price.
No, how can they give? They don't have price. For example, medical equipment.
Yes.
Medical drugs, for example,
Yes.
right? So X amount of drugs. So they price undervalue and come to our custom, and we pay our purchaser pay low income tax, what you call the custom duty and all, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't think they have a system to check the prices international. I don't know. Do you think they have?
So when it comes to some items, suppose
Some
now,
items maybe, yeah. Vehicles, yes.
yes,
Vehicles now
because
they know based on the year of manufacture, they fix the duty,
yes, sir.
right? But I don't think all items. How
No,
many
no, no,
items? No,
not all,
it
not
is
all.
not possible. No,
Yes,
the undervaluation is there still.
right. So thank you, sir.
Yeah. So buyer must. I said the buyer has all the responsibility. Conduct of his take delivery of his good, conduct his own expenses and risk to all necessary transportation to bring the goods to their destination, clearance to export and to import, both transporting, handling, everything. Other important point, document demanded of the seller is commercial invoice or equivalent computer data, right? That is basically, but earlier we said the export license is taken. Dedicate point is the seller provide the packing. Seller provide the packing adapted to the transportation in so far as the condition of the last are communicated to him before the conclusion of the sale contract. So seller will pack the things. Vary of this in quantum, X work loaded on to the change plant on the express of loading and waging are when chargeable to the salesperson. That is variation. Now the free carrier. So name the place FCA, whatever the name. So we'll look at the, what is this? No, free carrier is not there. All right. So we'll see FCA. Is too small? No? What seller delivers? Okay. Seller must deliver the goods wrapped except it is of usage in the profession of whatever. And then to load the goods if the delivery intervene in its own premises. To undertake the clearance export it is if it is necessary. So seller clear the goods to export if it is necessary, I mean case it is necessary, and load the goods from his premises. That's all. Load to the vehicles and clear for export. That's all. The buyer must choose to convey and conclude shipping contract, everything, conduct his own expenses and hazards, risk to all necessary transactions to bring the goods to their destination from the moment where they have, I mean, this FCA, for example, the Tokyo, for example, have some place. Other important points, document demand of the seller, commercial invoice again, or equivalent computer data, usual document certifying the delivery of the goods to the indicated conveyor. So that is an additional document, usual document certifying the delivery. That's what seller gives other than the extra additional document. Same thing. Free carrier, free alongside, that is also similar to that, right? Free alongside. What are the main things? So that means close to the ship. The seller must deliver the goods along the ship indicated on the wrap or in the lighters, barges, take in charge the clearance, everything alongside the ship or barges. The buyer must choose the carrier and he must arrange the freight and everything. Support all expenses from the moment commodity has been remitted, right, along the ship. From that end, not here. All things are according to this system. This is common one. Free on board. So seller, everything done, export license, goods clear from export and transport to the ship, say Japan, Tokyo, harbor. So seller's risk is stop here. Seller's cost stop here. He delivered the goods with the export license. From here onwards is the buyer's risk and cost to arrange the ships, insurance, and after unloading to the buyer's port, pay everything, cleared document and take to buyer's place. Means that the seller delivers when the goods pass the ship or rail at the name port of shipment. Say FOB, whatever the international port, right? FOB. Here, the documents, everything is ready for that. Risk is here, expenses here, all the other things are done by the buyer. FOB main characteristic, right? The seller to take in charge of the clearance export, to deliver the goods on board of the ship according to the use of the port, that end, importers, exporters end, to pay the expenses of loading, right? The buyer to choose the carrier, to support all expenses and risks from the moment where the goods pass to the bulwark of the ship in the port of embarking. The achieve the clearance, everything is done by the buyer. This is a very common one, cost, insurance and freight, CIF. Export license, goods, clearance for export, everything. That is his risk, NCL. But his cost, including the freight and insurance. Here, cost goes more than that. During this sea transportation, he arranged ships and insurance policy in favor of the buyer's name, right? So here, it is cost of the seller, the risk of the buyer. You see, in between the anything happen to goods, that is buyer should claim from the insurance. Seller has no risk, right? So risk is this, but his cost, CIF Colombo Port means up to from this point onwards. Custom duty, clearance, everything is cost, but all cost paid by the supplier or seller up to this point. But he doesn't take the risk. That is an important point. So documents, expenses, I think different colors, we have given risk, right? You can identify the documents up to here. Risk is up to the port. Expenses go up here, something like that, right? Carriage and insurance paid, CIP, right? That is export license, goods clearance for export, everything is normally done. Here, seller's risk is go up to here. Carriage insurance paid. Here, seller's risk is here. Seller's cost is also up to here. Everything should be done by the seller. So cost insurance, carriage insurance paid to say Colombo, place of destination. So not Colombo Fort, I think where the place of this destination, right? Means that the seller deliver the goods to the carriers nominated by him, carrier nominated by him. But the seller must, in addition, pay the cost of carriage, right, necessary to bring the goods to the named destination. That is the idea.
So name destination mean it's only up to the port of that
No.
destination. right?
Destination is delivery point.
Warehouse.
Delivery
Warehouse.
point.
Delivery.
Delivery point. Right? Destination, say goal project office, for example. Right? Because his cost no and risk, even transport from clear from the customs and transport the goods to my office, buyer's office. Here, cost and risk is borne by the seller. Right? That is CIF. This one. CIF. මේක මාරු වෙලානේ. Again, okay, you can check that. All right. CIF. So this is a very common thing. The seller have to conduct the clearance export from the in to deliver the goods on board of the ship in the port of embarking, that is say Sri Lanka, Colombo, to conclude the contract of transportation and to pay for freight until the agreed destination, Colombo, up to Colombo Fort, to pay for the expense of discharge as far as they are included in freight, during the freight, to subscribe an insurance policy for the purchaser's account. Subscribe the insurance for the purchaser's account name in order to cover the risk until the port of destination agreed, Colombo, up to Colombo Fort. The coverage of this insurance is minimal. The assured amount correspond at the cost of purchase fixed in the contract raised to the maximum of minimum of 10%. Right, minimum of 10%. The buyer to receive the goods in the agreed destination, all things are his duty. Okay. CFR, cost and freight. Those are not very common. You can just read it. Carriage and insurance we discussed. CPT, those are also not very common. CPT, EIP. DAF, all things you can just read. I don't want to. But I want to read one thing. We don't use much. DDU. DDU also we don't use much. Delivered duty unpaid, but we use DDP. This one. Yeah, this one is very common. Delivered duty paid. DDP. That is very useful Incoterms. That means seller do everything, risk is up to his this place, and cost is also this plus duty. Here earlier one CIP without duty. Here CIP everything, but duty is not mentioned. He doesn't pay CIP. Carriage insurance paid without duty. But DDP, everything is, I mean, he delivered to my office. Everything is done by the supplier or seller. Here, document everything to buyer's place. Risk is everything. Expenses is up to his right. Delivered, duty paid, name, place of destination. To conduct the clearance export, to deliver the goods instead of suited destination, whatever. The buyer have to take delivery of the good instead of suited destination. To pay the expenses of discharge instead of suited destination. So, I mean, he has nothing to do. If you buy a vehicle, DDP, that means that vehicle come to your home. You have to pay every expense. Even you should not go to the customs and clear the documents and pay duties and all. He pay, but cost may be high. Right. So I don't want to spend more time on that. I think that is a common thing. Now any question you want to ask? Right. Anybody has done this case? What the case? Purchasing of 100 number of vehicles, no? Yeah. Assume that your organization need to procure 100 pickups, vehicles. Estimate cost is 1 billion. One vehicle is 110 million. Disregard the technical specification, but you have to prepare BDS, and that is the important point. Bid data sheet and special condition of contract. Consider the SBD 4013. All relevant information you have to assume based on your requirement. So, how many people have done this case? Anybody? I think Ravi Priya or somebody taught me. He said he did that. How many of you have done? Anybody? Please upload or please email to me quickly. You all know my email now. Those who have done the document, I'll give my email again. Better to send to this email because I try to use the other one. It just didn't work. Thisera, THIS, Thisera, Ivan at gmail.com. Please send your document quickly to me. Then we can discuss. Those who have not done, I will give some time, 10-15 minutes. Try to fill. using your laptop. Those who have not completed, please try to complete as much as possible. Then we can discuss. Otherwise, no point. Who can send me the email? Hello?
Actually, I am outside, sir, now. Just I
Yeah.
am watching my phone only. Yeah.
You have not completed.
Yeah, actually, I am out of the office now.
Right. You couldn't complete, no?
Yeah.
But you can try right now. Consider that case and try to fill the bid data sheet and special condition. Anybody has completed the assignment? Ravi Priya, how about you?
No, sir, no. I think you misunderstood when I replied. That is why you said my name. No, no, sir.
Somebody
Try
told
now.
me that
Try
he has
now.
done. Can you try that now? Please try.
Yes,
I'll
yes.
give some time because otherwise no point. I mean, we know what to fill up in the bid data sheet and I will tell you divide into two groups. Some people can do the bid data sheet and some other people can do the special conditions. Otherwise you can't finish. Take 10-15 minutes or more than that and try to fill as much as possible. Then we can discuss. Otherwise no point because we have already discussed now. Right? You divide into two groups, you discuss with each other, and some people can prepare BDS, other group can prepare special conditions. So I'll stay back. Any progress so far? Hello. I think this is the good idea. You can work leisurely, both section, bid data sheet and special condition of contract, if possible, bid notice also, because then you will familiar how to use the ICB documents. But as I said earlier, if you can try to convert this document to local context, that will be a nice exercise as a group exercise. If you can do, I highly appreciate that. If you can do that, please try to localize this ICB goods document. Right? Then you have to remove unnecessary things and only the sample. I mean, you need not to fill anything, just cut accordingly and add relevant information. If you can do, and if you can email me that also, that will be a great thing. We can discuss after that. So anyway, next week we will discuss the information system procurement document. There are three types of procurement we can do. We can purchase straight away procurement, IT related software or hardware using one thing, single envelope method, single stage, single envelope method, or quite complex information systems using two-stage, two envelope method, single stage, two envelope. Or third one, very complex development of information systems that includes the consulting work also using two-stage bidding process. Both three options are available under World Bank document. We hope to discuss next Wednesday. Again, that is the final session I can take up before my departure. Then after come back, we can think of, there are three remaining things: design and build, FIDIC conditions of contract, and also major works contract. Right? Three things, if time permits, we can discuss. Okay, I think no point for me to discuss unless your response is received. So everybody, please take home and do by your own or as a group. Please send me your reply to my email address. Then we can discuss it. You have done. Okay. Any question? Mudita Prasad, can you hear me?
So understood, sir, understood.
Yeah, everybody, Ravi Priya, I think you are talking, no? Ravi Priya?
Yes, sir. Yes, I
Please
spoke.
try to
I
do that.
understood, sir.
It is not difficult.
Yes,
It
it's
is
it's
not
better to give
difficult.
time, sir. We'll do it.
Yeah, you take time and please do, and at least as a group assignment, send me 2 documents, special condition and bid data sheet. If possible, a good bid notice also. 3
Sure,
things.
sir. I'll speak to the guys and I'll get
Okay.
it prepared as you require.
Okay. And next time we'll discuss the information system procurement documents. That is also very important because it's a quite different information is included, right? Information system. So if you have any question, you can ask. Otherwise, I will wind up today quite early.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Everybody,
Okay, thank you, sir.
thank you.